Hi, yogis. So the class that is about to follow is focused on handstands. It was recorded live online during this coronavirus COVID outbreak. So all of our classes are online, and we don't record all of them, but we record some of them, and this is one of them. And just to kind of get you prepared before you get in, it is a tough class. It's an advanced class that talks a lot about all the things you need to do for handstand. I recommend that you have an empty wall if you're going to practice with your inversions or your handstands against the wall. So, whatever you got to do to get there. One other thing I didn't mention at the beginning that I want to mention now is that when you're working on handstands or inversions and your hands are flat out in front of you and your shoulders are stacked over your wrist, your gaze needs to be at the ground between your hands. So imagine that you're like this or like this with your hands on the ground. You want to be looking at the ground. It's really important for balance. There are people who drop their head in handstand and look at the wall behind them, but that takes a long time to get there, even though it is possible, right? So just remember that gaze down at the ground, nice active hands, stacking your shoulders over your wrist, and the majority of your weight is on your forefinger and your thumb. And then the energy you want is plugging your shoulders into your sockets as almost like you were going to spin your hands out. If they were lift off the ground, they would go like this, right, and spin them out. And so the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. You really want to engage your front body so you don't have that banana back, right? Get that straight up and down. Plug your shoulders, lock them into the socket so you don't sink. You keep them nice and stable. Keep your legs nice and firm and engaged. We call that firming into the midline, right? And then when thinking about your legs, and I cue this in the class quite a bit, is your feet are active, whether they're flexed or pointed, right? Or pointed, which is kind of like a flex and a point. That's a point. So this is a flex. That's a flex. That's a point. That is a point. And what it does is it engages your legs. So a point engages the front and the back of the legs. A flex engages the front of the shins, and a point typically engages the back, all right, of your calves, and a point engages both. Super active feet. Think about firming your legs nice and active in and spinning your inner thighs back behind you, right? So that you're thinking about your heels coming out and your toes slightly in, almost like a pigeon toe, and firming in and engage your front body. Hopefully you'll have some really good luck and learn some of the exercises here. I'll see you on the mat. Namaste. Namaste. Go ahead, lay down on your backs, just in a savasana, right? And go ahead and put your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. Okay, let's exhale everything out. And then take a deep inhale in, filling up from the belly to the middle of the chest, to the upper chest, all the way up to the top. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Inhaling in, filling up from the belly to the middle of the chest, to the upper chest, all the way up to the top. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. One more deep inhale in, filling up from the belly to the middle of the chest, to the upper chest, all the way up to the top. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. All right, let's go ahead and release your hands down by your side. All right, you're going to find you're in your shavasana on your back.
Okay. We're going to start with a little bit of core work. So when you're moving into inversions, your core is a big part of that to keep your banana back from happening. So let's bring your right knee in to your chest, right? Give your right knee a bit of a squeeze. Activate the left foot, point the left toe, internally rotate the left foot in, slightly turning that left foot in. Engage your low belly, right? Squeeze your belly button in towards your spine as you put your low back on the ground. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, bring your hands straight up towards the sky, hands active, and then bring your chest up off of the ground and your hands forward, right? Looking at your toes. If your neck is bothering you, look straight up. And then engage your low belly. Maybe the left foot lifts off the ground, holding here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Extend the right leg to meet the left, and then bring the left knee in, all the way in, right, towards your chest. All right, point the left toes, engage your low belly, send it down towards the spine. Activate the right foot. It can be pointed. Internally rotate that right inner thigh in, and then take your arm straight up towards the sky. Lift your chest towards the sky. And then bring your chest, your hands forward, right? Looking at your feet, or look up if your neck is bothering you. Lift the right leg off the ground. Engage, engage, engage. Holding here for 5. This is core work. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to switch our legs. Switch your legs. And switch. And switch. Taking deep inhales and exhales. Engaging your low belly. Imagine that this is your bent knee, straight leg handstands, right? And switch. And switch your legs. And switch your legs. And switch. And switch. And then both knees into the chest. Woo, take a deep inhale and exhale. Tell your belly it's okay. Whew. All right, now bring your hands up over your head. Shoulder blades down your back. Both of your arms are up over your head. Flex your hands as if your fingertips or fingernails are facing the floor. Engage your low belly. Take your right leg straight up towards the sky. You can flex it or you can point it, either one. And then take the left leg long if you can. If it needs to be on the ground, that's fine. But if you can lift it off the ground for a couple of inches, internally rotating the right and left leg, all right? This is neutralizing your hips. This is what an elbow pose handstand would be like. Take a deep inhale, exhale, bring your arms up and forward, gazing at your feet. And then let's go ahead and switch your legs, right? L pose, and switch. And switch. And switch, right? And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch, and switch. Keep your left leg up, right leg down. Bring your chest back down, hands back. Flex your hands like you're doing a handstand, right? Your hands are flexed, fingertips towards the ground. Quads, inner thighs internally rotated. Take a deep inhale, exhale, knees to the chest. Tell your belly it's okay. All right, that would be L pose handstand. Last one. And then we'll move into a downward facing dog and start flowing. But I really want us to get our core turned on as we move into this practice, all right? So bring your knees into your chest. Lift your chest up off the ground, right? You can gaze up or gaze forward depending on how your neck feels, right? Engage your low belly. Bring your legs forward, right? Up off of the ground, forward and straight. Your toes can be flexed or pointed. Arms overhead, hollow hold here, right? Holding here, arms overhead, looking forward, looking up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, knees to chest, and breathe. And breathe. All right. Flat all the way down onto the ground. Everything's flat on the ground. All right. Your feet are on the ground, your heels are on the ground, your butt, all right, the backs of your shoulders, arms overhead, straight overhead. Shoulder blades move down the back towards your tailbone. Spin your pinkies in. Engage your low belly. Send your low belly down towards the spine. So towards the ground, sorry. Belly towards the spine, and then spine, low back towards the ground. Point your toes. Your toes are touching. Your heels are slightly separated. And then flex your feet. Toes are touching. Heels are slightly separated. All right. Point your feet and flex your feet. So your feet are active. The inner thighs are active. They're flexed. Your low belly is engaged. Low back on the ground. All right. You can flex your hands, right? Fingertips are on the ground, shoulder blades holding here. And then go ahead, point your feet again, and then spread your toes. That's a point. Toes touching, heels separated. Handstand on your back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, knees to chest. All right, everybody's tired. Are you ready to quit? Just kidding. All right, let's rock our way up. And let's everybody step back into a downward facing dog. All right, over your feet, stepping back, and go into your first downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and wiggle it out. That's a lot of core work to start, but to really get a good handstand, you need lots of good core work. That's just part of the process. All right. Holding here. In your downward facing dog. All right. And then slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat in a forward fold. And relax in your forward fold. You can take a rag doll. Right, your fingertips can be on the ground. Pressing your feet. Inhale your hands, arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale your hands over your heart center. All right, so what's really important in a handstand practice is that you're internally rotating your legs, right? So you're thinking toes in, heels out. The energy is like this. If you watch my legs, the energy is toes in, heels out, right? Engage your low belly as you send your tailbone down towards the ground. All right, we're going to do one side regular, and we're going to add in variation. So you're going to inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale all the way down towards the mat. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. You can step back for the first one in a high plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Holding here in your downward facing dog. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, look forward, step or hop up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale your hands over your heart center and down by your side. All right, another important part of handstands is making sure when you jump forwards, right, from your back of your mat to the front, that you're descending the femur, right, into the sockets. So we're going to do some variations where we work on that. So you're going to inhale your arms all the way up, hold them up, shoulder blades down the back, pinky spinning in. Engage your low belly as you send your tailbone down to the ground. All right, bring your weight into the left foot, lift your right foot up just a couple of inches, holding here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, set the right foot down, lift the left foot up a couple of inches, right? Holding here, descending the femur, take a deep inhale. Exhale and down, take a deep inhale, exhale and fold. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back, exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Holding in your down dog, plant your left foot. Don't take the right leg up and back. Just lift the right foot straight off the ground, just a couple of inches. Descend the femur. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, set the right foot down. Lift the left foot up just a couple of inches. Engage the low belly to set the femur. Holding here. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, set it down. Now, when you jump your feet forward to meet your hands, if you're jumping, you don't have to. All right, I want you to think about ascending those femurs into the sockets, right? Into the hip sockets to get that lightness. Engage your low belly, look forward, take a deep inhale, exhale, step or hop. Your hands at the top of the back. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale your hands over your heart center and down by your side. All right, we're going to keep adding some variation to that. Inhale your arms all the way up to the sky and hold. Bring the weight into the left foot. Inhale the right foot up a couple of inches and set it down. Inhale, left foot up and exhale down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat and forward fold. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands. Step, hop, or chaturanga, back, whatever works. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. All right, keep your left foot planted. Inhale the right foot just a couple of inches off of the ground, right? Descending that femur. Holding there. Take a deep inhale. Now exhale, take that right leg up and back. Three-legged dog, but keep that hip neutral. Internally rotate that right inner thigh up towards the sky, right? So your right pinky toe is flexed and pointed towards the ground. Look at your feet. Walk your hands back to the left foot. Standing split, right? Or warrior three legs. Your hips are nice and neutral. So when you go into a handstand, you need your hips neutral. Your right pinky toe needs to be pointed towards the ground. If the right hip and right toes are pointed out, that makes it difficult for you. Keep that right hip even with the left. Holding here on your standing split. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back into three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Set the right foot down to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Holding here in your downward facing dog. All right. Lift the left foot up just a couple of inches. Right? Send the femur. Holding here. Engage the low belly. Now take the left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Rotate that left inner thigh up towards the sky. Hips are neutral. Left and right hip are even. Left pinky toe pointing towards the ground. Walk your hands back to your right foot, standing splits. Left leg is up and back, but left hip is neutral with right. So it might be more like warrior three legs. I would rather your leg come down than be up and open. I want that left hip even with the right. Very important for handstands. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back into three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Perfect. Holding here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Step or hop up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Descend the feet. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands over heart center and down by your side. All right, now we're going to move into some Sun B variations. We'll start with just a traditional Sun B, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're going to use the wall in a little bit, but if you're not facing the wall yet, don't worry about it. I'll tell you when you need to move to face the wall. All right, let's start with the traditional Sun B. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale into a chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Be very conscientious here. Inhale your right leg up in three-legged dog. Make sure your hips are even. Exhale, step the right foot all the way in between the hands. Spin the back left heel to the mat. Let's inhale up into a warrior one. Gaze is up. Exhale. Hands come down. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to the back. Three-legged dog. Make sure your hips are even. Exhale, step that left foot all the way in between the hands. Spin the right hand in, come up. Warrior one, take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands come down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right, take a deep inhale. Exhale, look forward, step or hop up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale your heart forward with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale into a chair pose. Exhale, stand. Hands over heart center, hands down by your side. All right, now we're going to integrate crow pose into our sun B variation, and I'm going to add some options for you to do some exercises in crow to engage your low belly. All right, so we're going to come into our chair pose, right? Bend your knees, drop your hips into a chair pose. Bring your hands down towards the ground, plant them, lift your butt up in the air, and put your knees on the backs of your triceps or in your armpits. Look forward, engage your low belly. Maybe one foot comes off the ground and you set it down. And maybe the other foot comes off and set it down. Engage your low belly and lift your pelvic floor. This is very important. Maybe both of your feet come off the ground. If both of your feet come off the ground, try to bring your toes and heels together. Keep them active. Some of you can do little toe touches, right? So your wrist with your toes, and then bring your feet back up. Toes to wrist and feet back up. Toes to wrist and feet back up. Two more. Toes to wrist and feet back up. Toes to wrist and feet back up. Set your feet down. Come back into a chair pose. Perfect. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, and do your flow. We're all going to meet back in downward facing dog. All right. We're not going to do warrior ones and twos right now. We'll add that back in. What we're going to practice now is jumping forward. So if you're not facing the wall, go ahead and turn your mat so that the front of your body is facing the wall, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to practice jumping forward, engaging our core, and then if you overjump, you have the wall behind you. But what you want to think about is jumping to crow, right? You're going to lift your belly, lift your pelvic floor. All right, you're going to take a deep inhale. I see people, they're moving their mats around. We're live for those of you who are recorded, so I'm going to let people move their mats such that your mat is facing, you can be a little bit off of the wall, right? You're going to plant your hands, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, right? You could just hold it downward facing dog or work on your crow pose, right? But what I want you to think about is the feeling that you get when you descend the femurs and hop into crow, all right? And then if you over hop, your feet are behind you. So you'll plant your hands, you'll power up your arms, engage your low belly. You gotta get your hips up over your wrists and your shoulders over your wrists. You look forward, take a deep inhale and exhale. Maybe you come up into a squat and then come back down, right? This is called a Bentley pike, and maybe you hold and then come back down. If you jump, over jump, whoop, I've got the wall behind me. It's okay, right? If you over jump, try to engage your low belly. And then when I think about hopping into crow, that's how you get that light hop forward. You look forward, engage your low belly, hop, right? And then maybe set your feet on the ground. All right, look forward, hop, and then maybe you set your feet on the ground. All right, let's all meet at the front of the mat before forward fold. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale into a chair pose. Exhale. Hands over heart center and hands down by your side. All right, so that feel of crow pose and that low belly engagement, that's what really gives you that lightness moving forwards and backwards. All right, so we're going to work on things like Bentley handstand, right? L pose handstand, a couple of those, and then straight up and down. And if for some time your wrists are bothering you, you can stop, wiggle them out. All right, and then remember, we're recording this. You can watch it again later. It's fun. Okay, so let's keep moving so we don't run out of time. All right, you're gonna be facing the wall, but you might want to get off the wall a little bit because we are gonna lift our legs up forwards and backwards, and before we keep using the wall some more. All right, so just know that you've got a little bit of space in front of the wall moving forwards and backwards. All right, bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale into a chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale your heart forward with the flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. All right. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot all the way in between the hands. I want you to plant the left hand on the inside of the right foot. I want you to take the right arm straight up towards the sky. All right, it's a gentle twist. Some people call this dragonfly. All right, so left hand down, right arm up. All right, I want you to look down. We're going to take this into side plank. There's a reason. You're going to come to the outside of the left foot or put the left knee on the ground for supported side plank. The right foot is going to come back to meet the left. Once the right foot comes back to meet the left, I want you to ask yourself, where are my shoulders in space? I want your shoulders plugged into the sockets, right? I want your shoulders stacked. Your left shoulder should be stacked over your left wrist. Your right shoulder stacked over the left. The right arm is up. The hand is active. All right, shoulder blades are squeezing in. If you had a grape between your shoulders, you'd be turning your shoulder blades on your back and turn it into a raisin. Take a deep inhale, then exhale, come into high plank pose. Come into high plank, take a deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right, we're lifting the right leg up again, same foot, and then exhale, you're stepping that right foot all the way in between your hands, and you're gonna come up into a crescent pose, all right? So right, all right, we worked a little on the shoulders. Now, we're going to come to stand on that right foot, and we're going to bring that left knee up, and then see if you can kick that left leg straight forward in front of you. Low belly's engaged, shoulder blades down the back, pinky spinning in. The left foot is flexed or it's pointed, but it's active. And then we're going to do like 5 little tilts here. You're going to lift the left leg. 1, 2, lift. 3, 4, and 5. That's hip flexor and core work. You're going to bend the left knee. You're going to step that left leg back and come back into a full crescent, right? So we worked on our shoulders. We just worked in the left hip flexor, all right, which is also core work. All right, hold it here in your crescent pose. This time, you're going to lean forward. You're going to set your right belly on the right side of the leg. You're going to wrap your hands around the right leg right here. So you have a coming down, right? So you're almost like a low lunge, but your hands are behind the leg. You're going to come into a standing split on the right leg with your arms behind the leg. If you have to bring a hand to the ground, bring your left fingertips to the ground. Keep your right hand, right arm behind the right knee. All right, left leg is up, but the hips are neutral. Flex the left foot, internally rotate that left leg. Find the connection between the right side of the belly and the right quad. Looking down, holding here. All right, there's a purpose. Now, bring your fingertips and hands to the ground. Look down. All right, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Power up your hands, right? They're nice and long. Power up. Shoulders are plugged into those sockets. Do not let them falter anywhere. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Keep the connection between the right side of the quad and the right belly. Remember the core work that we did at the very beginning of the class? Now we're going to do it on our hands. So you're going to hop up off the right foot and kick the right butt cheek with the right heel. And if you can't do that, then just hold here. You have the wall behind you if you overkick. right? So go ahead and do that. Maybe you do it 5 times, holding here, right? 5 times. And then when you're ready, go ahead, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog, all right? So that's prepping us for our bent knee handstand. So everybody be back in downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths. All right, plant your right hand, plant your right foot. Inhale your left up to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot up all the way between your hands. All right, plant your right hand next to your left foot. Open the left arm straight up towards the sky. All right, so this is a gentle twist or a dragonfly. All right, you know where we're going. We're moving into side plank. So if you need your right knee on the ground for supported side plank, that's fine because I want the focus to be your shoulders. You're going to take the left foot and stack it over the right. All right, you're still going to engage your low belly and send your tailbone down towards your heels, right? I don't want your front body to open. Important in a handstand is to have a nice, tight, closed front body. Now, where are your shoulders? Your right shoulder stacked over right wrist, left shoulder over right. Right, take that grape, imaginary grape, right, between your shoulder blades, squeeze it like it's a raisin, plug those shoulders into the socket. Hold it here. Low belly engaged, tailbone tuck, take a deep inhale. Exhale, high plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, flip your toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. All right, inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through between your hands. Let's come up, crescent pose on the left side. All right, nobody thought crescent would feel so good. I have never taught a class while talking like this the whole time. Usually I'm walking around. So it's a little bit of a challenge for me. I always do the practice before I teach it, but I don't always talk it when I teach it. All right, we're gonna come up to the hand to foot pose, version C, which is where you don't grab it, right? So you balance on your left foot, you bring your right knee up, you kick your right leg out. Your foot can be flexed or it can be pointed, right? And then we're gonna do those leg lifts. All right, so we're gonna take a deep inhale, exhale, 1, 2, and lift, low belly, 3. This is core work, 4, and 5. Step that right foot back, come back into full crescent. Engage the low belly, tailbone down. Let's stretch out that right hip flexor that you just worked. All right, stretch it out. Take a deep inhale and then exhale. Bring the left side of the belly on the left quad. Bring the hands underneath that left thigh and try to lift up, right? So you have this connection between the forearms behind the left knee. I like to call it the knee pit, right? And then you're going to come stand on the left leg. You're going to bring the right leg up towards the sky. All right, the right knee toe is internally rotated. Your low belly's engaged. Hold here. If you need to bring a hand down, bring the right hand down. Keep the left hand underneath behind the knee. Hold here, right? Find that connection. Engage that low belly. This is the standing split with the hands behind the leg. All right, holding here. Now release both hands to the ground. All right, power up your arms and hands. Your shoulders are stacked right over your wrists. Your low belly is engaged. You're gonna find the connection between the left side of the body and the quad. You're gonna come up onto the ball of the left foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take some bent knee hops, right? If you can, take 5 hops. You have the wall if you need it. If you don't need it, great. Don't use it. This is what we did at the beginning of class, right? On your back, bent knee handstand. After 5, step back, go ahead, do a child's pose, or you can take a down dog, or you can take a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then go ahead and take a child's pose. If you did that, arms are forward, Butt is back on feet. Please don't bring your shoulders down by your side. All right? Shoulders, hands down by your side. When your hands come down by your side, you tell your shoulders you're not working anymore, and our shoulders are not done working. So I want your hands to stay forward in your child's pose. Extend your tailbone back as you send your head forward towards the front. All right. Okay, so we worked on, go ahead and stay in your child's pose. I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes while you're catching your breath, all right? So we worked on crow, jumping forward lightly, right? We worked on bent knee handstands, right? We're now going to work on L-pose handstand, which we also did on our back at the beginning with one leg straight up and one leg, perpendicular to the body, an L-pose as opposed to a straight up and down handstand. What's really important in that is keeping your hips nice and neutral. And that's what we talked about, right? When we walked our hands back into a standing split and had our leg, right leg or left leg up and back, but hips are nice and neutral. It's very important. All right, if you're in a child's pose, plant your hands. Let's make our way back, up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, so now we're in our downward facing dog. All right, you're going to keep your right foot planted. These are going to be kind of like funky variations. You're going to keep your right foot planted this time. You're going to lift your left leg up into a three-legged dog, right? Your left inner thigh is internally rotating towards the sky. You're going to look forward between your hands. Engage your low belly. Send your tailbone down to the back of your left heel, right? Tailbone to the back of the heel. You're going to hop this right foot up between the hands, and maybe you take little hops, right? You're going to do little hops to bring it up. Some of you can take big hops, right? And then hop that right foot up, all right? So the right foot is between the hands. You're in standing splits on the right leg, whichever way you did it. You're going to step the left foot all the way back, and you're just going to come up into a warrior one. Right foot forward, left leg back. All right, shoulder blades down the back, pinky spinning in, low belly's engaged. We're in our warrior one here, all right? We're going to take this warrior one into an L-pose handstand and then go to the other side. So you're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale. You're going to bring your hands down to the mat. You're going to come back to stand on that right leg, standing splits. All right, you're flexing the left foot. You're powering the arms. You come up on the right toes. Maybe you hop up into an L-pose and hold. And then maybe you just bend and come down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so if you're hopping up into an L pose, right? The thing you have to remember is to keep your hips neutral. Do not allow your upper leg to externally rotate to the side. Neutrality keeps you nice and safe. Okay, this time, plant your left foot. We're all in down dog, so if you're not in down dog, come and meet me in down dog. Inhale your right leg up to the sky, right leg up. All right, look forward. Now, right inner thigh is internally rotated towards the sky. Hips are neutral. You come up on the left toe, and some of you might just be like, hop that left foot up, hop, hop, hop. Teeny little hops. All right, we're hopping the left foot in between the hands. You can try it a couple of times. You're gonna look forward, and you're gonna maybe you take a big hop, right? And left foot in between the hands. Standing splits on the left leg. So if you're not there, find standing split at the front of the mat on the left leg. Step the right foot all the way back. Spin the heel to the mat. Let's come up, warrior one on the left side. All right. Woo, take a deep inhale and exhale. Engage your front body, low belly, right? Your hips are neutral to the front. So this neutrality is very important when we're going up into our handstands. All right, you're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale. You're going to bring your hands to the mat. Come to standing splits on the left leg. All right, and here you go. Here. You're going to plant your hands on the ground. You're going to stack your shoulders over your wrists, engage your low belly. Come up to the ball of the left foot. And this time, remember, toes are engaged, feet are engaged, inner thighs engaged, and then find your L pose. handstand. Maybe you can hold it if you need the wallets behind you, right? Your toes are pointed or they're flexed and your hips are neutral. Take 5 hops and then go ahead and step back and do a flow. Some of you can hold, bend your elbows, come back into your downward facing dog after you flow. All right, that's our L pose handstand. All right, if you need a few breaths in child's pose, take it, or hold a downward facing dog. For 5, for 4, 3, 2. Now stay in your down dog. If you're in child's pose, feet is in down dog. All right, now we're gonna do what we call a jump switch, but you don't have to. You have options, right? So this is what we normally do in a sun salutation B part, right? You plant your left foot and you inhale your right leg up to the sky in a 3-legged dog. All right, your hips are nice and neutral. Most of us look forward, you bring your knee to your nose and you step your right foot in between your hands and come up warrior 1. All right, that's not what we're gonna do unless you're not hopping. So take that right leg back in a 3-legged dog. This time we're gonna jump switch from the back of the mat if you feel comfortable, or you can hop that left foot in a little bit. So your left foot is down, your right leg is up and back for your 3-legged dog. You're gonna look forward, you're gonna maybe hop the left foot forward, and then you're gonna hop up, right? You have the wall if you need it, and then you're gonna bring your right foot in between your hands, your left leg back, and you're gonna come up into a warrior 1. Right foot forward, left foot back. So I've showed you 2 different ways to come into your warrior 1, right? That's called a jump switch. All right, right foot forward, left foot back. In our warrior 1, you'll take a deep inhale. You'll bring your hands down to the ground. You'll come up onto the ball of the right foot. So standing splits on the right leg. We're gonna jump switch into our chaturanga. So you come up onto the ball of the right foot. We're doing the L pose. You hop up into your L pose, and then you switch your legs. You take your left leg down and chaturanga. Bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, opposite side. Plant the right foot. Inhale the left leg up in a 3-legged dog. All right, remember, you can step the left foot in between your hands, or take it up 3-legged dog. We're going to jump switch to the front of the mat. So you look forward off of the right leg, and then you're going to bring the left leg in between your hands and step the right leg back and come up. Left leg forward, right leg back, warrior 1. Perfect. Hold it here. Take a few deep exhales, inhales and exhales in your warrior 1. All right, and then take a deep inhale. Exhales, hands come down to frame the left foot. Coming up on to standing splits on the left leg. Plant your hands right under your shoulders, right? Your wrist under, power up your arms, plug those shoulders into the socket, engage your low belly, come to the ball of the left foot, and maybe you come up into an L pose and hold just for a few breaths. Use the wall, right? Your feet can be flexed or pointed. Then begin to switch your legs. Bring your right leg down, left leg up, bend your elbows, come down into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog into a mandatory child's pose. Arms are forward in your child's pose. Good job. So that was like 40 minutes of really hard work. And because we're recording this and people are home practicing, we're not going to make this one of those long classes too that's like 90 to 100 minutes, right? We're going to go against the wall. We're going to do some wall work now that we've done some of our sun A's and B's with the wall behind us, bent knee, L pose, handstand. So if you're in a child's pose, go ahead and come up. I'm going to show you something that we can all do together. It also enables you to catch your breath if you need it. I'm still working on catching my breath too. All right, you're going to come up and you're going to walk to the wall, and you're going to bring your back on the wall. You're going to bring your feet slightly forward. All right, your toes are touching and your heels are slightly separated. All right, your low belly is engaged and your tailbone is moving down. So I want there to be no space here between your back and the wall. It's like you're trying to squish your low back into the wall, right? You're internally rotating your thighs, which means you're thinking about your heels going out, toes in, your legs are nice and firm. You're gonna bring your arms up, and then you're gonna bring your shoulder blades down the back, right? And engage, firm your shoulders in. Don't let them sink, they're firmed in. Bring your pinkies in, low belly, all right? So this is the feeling that you want in a handstand upside down, right? You want firm legs, you want firm feet, you want a low belly engagement, all right? Typically, you're looking up at your hands are down at the ground. That makes a huge difference for balance. So if people don't know this, when you're doing handstand, you need to look at the ground for balance. If you're looking back, it's very hard to balance, right? So typically you look up at your hands, all right? We'll talk about that in a second. So holding here, this is core work on the wall. This is good training. Do this right against the wall for a minute, 3 times a day. It will engage your core. All right, let's come off the wall. All right, now I'm going to show you guys some different handstand exercises on the wall that you can work on. We can work on together now, and you can work on your own, right? So if you don't have a really strong inversion practice, that's okay. You got to start somewhere, right? Building the strength somewhere. If your wrists are already starting to bother you, which may be true, let's do a little wrist relief before we go on the wall, okay? So I'm going to come a little bit closer to the thing. I want you to take your arms. I want you to come down into a squat, and you're going to take your right arm around the right leg on the outside, behind the right knee and the knee pit, left arm around the left leg and the knee pit, and then see if you can come down into a squat such that you're squishing your forearms. So your hands are in the middle, and I want you to roll your hands around. And what you're going to find here is a really good forearm exercise and stretch. It's very, very good. So a lot of times when people have wrist issues, it's actually tight forearms. So working on releasing your forearms and strengthening your forearms, strengthening forearm exercises are really important for your inversion practice, right? All right, and so maybe you move them in and out, find a squish, all right? Now, if you can't do a squat, some people can't squat because of their knees. The other option that you can do is to come into a tabletop, take a forearm on the ground, and just use a knee to massage your forearms, right? Take a forearm on the ground, use a knee, right? Come up and down, massage your forearms. So those are some forearm massaging exercises that you can do when you need to break. If you want to watch this recording later, you can pause it and then go back. All right, now let's go against the wall and do some exercises. Okay, so if you have no handstand practice at all, which is perfectly fine, all right, the first thing that I want you to think about doing is putting your hands on the ground. So my feet are at the wall, right, are facing the wall. Your hands are on the ground, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. All you're going to do is put your feet on the wall and see if you can step up into like a plank pose, all right? Just like this, right? You're not too far up. And if that's too much or your wrists are already bothering you, bring your forearms to the ground and step up into forearm. But once you're here, either whether you're on your hands or your forearms, I want you to engage your low belly. I want you to send your tailbone towards your heels, right? I want your feet flexed and active, super, super active. Shoulders are plugged in, like that side plank, right? And then go ahead and look down, right? Look down between your elbows or your hands. You get a hold here, you'll start to build a lot of strength, right? The more you work your feet up, the more strength you'll build. All right, let's come down. That's one exercise. Exercise number 2, if you're not quite comfortable coming on and off the wall, all right, or you're a little bit more advanced than that, it's still working. I want you to come and put your feet on the wall right here. All right. Sometimes people like use a belt, right? I'm going to use my phone here to mark where my butt is. Here's my butt. Mark where my butt is right here. All right. My feet are on the wall because I'm going to turn around and go upside down. So my phone is marking where my wrists go. Leave the phone there. And I'm going to turn back around, all right? And then I'm gonna plant my hands right where my phone and my butt was, right here. I'm gonna plant my hands, all right? I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna stack my shoulders over my wrists. I'm gonna put my feet on the wall, and I'm gonna walk my butt out so it's over my wrist, right? So right now, my butt and my shoulders and wrists are all stacked. My feet are on the wall. I'm gonna bring one leg up into the air. Now, what's really important, neutral hips, right? Firm, your low belly, come to the point, that left toe, right? Your shoulders and hips are stacked over your wrist. I'm looking down between my hands, all right? I'm engaging my low belly, and my inner thighs are spinning in towards each other. Maybe your left foot comes off the wall and hold, all right? And then switch sides, right? Switch, right toes on, left leg up, low belly's engaged, right? This is your L pose, right? We talked about that. This is our L pose. Low belly, low belly, low belly, nice and stacked. Then walk down. So those are relatively not dangerous handstand exercises that you can do. Now, I'm going to show you two more that are very, very advanced. And if you are not a regular practitioner and don't have a really strong practice, I don't want you to do this, right? This is something you work up to. Okay. So the first one is face up against the wall handstand. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move my mat a little bit closer, right? Because my wrists are going to come all the way up. The most important thing with this exercise, and if you don't want to do it, just watch me, right? We call it Wachasana, right? That's it, which means watching in posture. So sit tall and just watch, or do one of the other two exercises. Okay, so you plant your hands, right? You put your feet on the wall. We've just done this a couple of different ways. But this time, your hands all the way up against the wall. All right? As close as you can get. All right? You can look down at your hands are straight at the wall. All right, my shoulders are stacked over my wrists. The tops of my feet are on the wall now. My toes are in, my heels are out. My low belly's engaged, my tailbone's tucked, right? So instead of this arch, I've got a tucking of the tailbone. My nose is on the wall or looking down. My shoulders are plugged into the socket. My low belly is engaged. Toes are pointed, toes in, heels out, firming my legs into the midline, right? So the problem with this is that if you get stuck, it's hard to get down. So you gotta be really strong. You don't wanna get stuck. Then when you're ready, you can walk your feet, walk your hands back out and step down. The other thing that you can do is that if you're in a doorway, so I have a doorway here, and if I opened it, and I'm right here, and I need to step out, I could step out into the door. But I don't want you to get stuck. People get stuck. They hurt themselves. I don't want you to fall. It's very advanced. Be very careful, right? Don't do it if you're not strong enough. Okay, last handstand exercise is back flat up against the wall. But when I say back flat up against the wall, it's really, really flat. So it's very similar to the equivalent of this, but upside down, all right? And so I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So you plant your hands in front of the wall, you come up, lift one leg up into the air, either leg up in the air, you're gonna hop up and put your legs on the wall. Now the key here is you're gonna try to walk your fingertips all the way in so that your fingertips are touching the wall. You're gonna drop your head if you can. All right, drop your head, and then you want to put your whole back on the wall. You're going to engage your low belly. You're going to send your tailbone towards your heels. You're going to point. This time you can flex your feet, which is often works for people. Flex your feet, or point your feet, or point your feet. They're active. Your toes are touching. Your heels are slightly separated. All right, firm and lock those shoulders into the socket. Don't sink too much into your shoulders. Firm them in. Engage your low belly. Tuck your tailbone. Right? This is how you get that straight up and down handstand. It's a lot for the wrist for some people, so you just have to be careful. All right, so those are 4 different exercises that you can do. So that is how these exercises flat up against the wall. I did 3 minutes, 1 minute at a time, 3 times a day. And after 6 months doing that 6 days a week, I was able to hold the handstands in the middle of the room. All right, so now that I've shown you those exercises, I want everybody to pick one exercise, and we're going to do that one exercise for 1 minute if you can. And if you can't do it, you need to come down, just come down. Otherwise, let's try to do the one exercise, right? So find your version, and remember, forearms on the ground and feet on the wall is a perfectly acceptable version. And you know what? I'm going to take that version for those people who want to take that version, even though you can do anything you want, right? So I'm going to get out my handy dandy iPhone as everybody gets set up, and I will time us. Don't start yet. If you start, you're holding extra time. So everybody gets set. All right, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to put my forearms on the ground just to give my wrists a break. I'm going to put my feet back up on the ground. I'm going to gauge my low belly. Everybody ready? I'm going to start now. Okay, so the cues are all the same. All right, I call them my handstand cues, right? So your hands are active, or your forearms are active. Your shoulders are firmed into the socket. Engage. Firm your arms into the midline. Engage your low belly. Engage, engage, engage. Bring your tailbone towards your heels as you're up, right? Spin your inner thighs behind you. Toes are touching, heels are separated. Whether your feet are pointed, flexed, or pointed. And then come back to the ground. Come back to your hands. Hands are active. Fingers are active. All right. Engage. Your shoulders firm and in. All right. Low bellies engaged. Tailbones tucked. Arms are powered. Spin your inner thighs to the back. Flex or point your feet. They're all active, and you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Oh my gosh. Good job, good job, good job. And if you didn't do it, it doesn't matter because you're at home and nobody can see you. Woo! Take a few deep breaths. Wherever you are, come down. And then let's have everybody take a child's pose, a regular child's pose, knees out, heels, sitting back on the heels, arms forward, forehead to the ground. And child's pose. All right, hold in your child's pose. This is a very active practice. This is the kind of practice, it's 8:30 or 9 plus a.m. We started at 8:30 a.m. this morning. This is being recorded live. And so it's a very invigorating practice. I would not recommend this practice, right? It's a little late for me to tell you this at 9 or 10 o'clock at night because your heart rate's up, you're all active, and then you're trying to go to bed. So this is a very good practice to do actively and in the morning, all right? And so now we're going to do back. So most of you have, this is a Vinyasa flow with advanced options. We're working on a handstand. So most of you have a very advanced handstand practice. It's saying that my internet connection is slow, so hopefully you guys aren't losing me. All right, and so I want you to find a back bend that makes sense to you. So for many of you, that may be a bridge pose. If you're really tired, it can even be a supporting bridge, right? So, you know, a bridge pose is when you're on your back, all right? Your heels are in, your knees are up, and then you're walking your shoulders under the body, grasping your hands, and lifting up. Okay, so some of you may just want to take a bridge pose. You're going to engage your low belly and try to keep your pumpkin soft. Since we're working on handstands, I am going to offer a back bend option on the wall for people who want to do a handstand scorpion or a forearm scorpion. Okay, so I don't have a super flexible back, but I can do scorpion. And I can't do it in the middle of the room. I'm going to do it on the wall so you guys can see how I would get up into that. All right, so you're going to bring your hands a little further up. Now, one of the things is you don't want a banana back when you're doing a handstand, right? That's why you work on all this core work. Scorpion's a little different, right? Because you're bringing your head up and your feet over. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. You never lose your core engagement because when you do the back bend, I want the bend to occur in your upper back, behind your shoulders, but not your low back, all right? So you plant your hands, Your fingertips are facing the wall, okay? All right, you're a foot and a half off the wall. You might have to judge a little bit. You bring your butt up. A lot of times it's easy to come up from downward facing dog. And then let's just go ahead and hop up into a handstand, okay? So you're coming up into a handstand or you're watching me. This time I'm gonna put my feet on the wall. So this is typically not what we teach in banana backs, right? But we're working on scorpion. So what you do is you still lock your shoulders in and you look your head forward, chin forward, and you drop. So I want my upper back to bend, but not my lower. And then you're gonna take the top of the right or the left foot on the wall. So now the toenails are on the wall. You sink your chest, you look forward, engage your low belly. If you're taking bridge, come up in bridge. If you're taking scorpion, meet me in scorpion, right? Look forward, chin forward. The feet are ornamental. It's really about your chest. Engage your low belly, holding here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly come down. Please do not take a forward fold. Right? Just sit down. You can come sit up on your legs. Not forward fold yet. I don't want you to hurt your low back. All right. You're going to have 2 more back bends. You can take another scorpion and hold. You might be already pooped. You can take another bridge pose, or you can take Urdhva Dhanurasana, bow pose, right? Upward facing bow. Sorry, upward facing bow. I'm going to take 2 more bow poses. So everybody prepare with whatever back bend you want to take. You're going to take your hands, place them where you need. Wherever you are, you're engaging your low belly and you're softening your pumpkins. Exhale everything out. Inhale, and then come into your second back bend. All right, whichever version you choose. Keep your pumpkin soft, engage your low belly. Back bend is in the upper back. Holding here and breathing. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, chin to chest, slowly come down. Please don't take a forward fold. All right, you can come to sit up. You can windshield wiper your knees, whatever you would like. This last back bend, you can take the bridge. You can take the scorpion. I'm going to show you a forearm scorpion, right? So forearm scorpion. You set your forearms on the ground. Your hands can be together, or a number 11, right? Wherever you are, you're going to go ahead and come up, okay? Low belly. Pumpkins are soft, butt cheeks are soft. Drop your chest to the ground. Gaze is up, right? Oops, I turned off the lights in the room. Tops of the feet. Engage, right? So the key is in dropping your chest, right? The legs are ornamental. Holding here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, come to sit back. That's your third back bend. Woo! Windshield wiper your knees if you want, whatever feels good, depending on where you are. Just take a breather. I want everybody to come now and lay down on your backs with your feet facing the wall. So we're coming to lay down on our backs with our feet facing the wall. I'll leave my lights off, it feels good, right? Let's come down on our backs, feet facing the wall. Let's bring your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Now you can kind of find that forward fold. It might feel good after those back bends. Give them a good squeeze. Squeeze. All right. Let's bring our right knee in, extend your left leg long. All right, let's take the right knee across the body, up. Left hand goes on the right knee, right arm out to the side. I just want you to take a nice, gentle back twist here, all right? If you feel so inclined to straighten the right leg, you can grab the right foot with your left hand. That might feel really good. Some people can bend their bottom left leg, grab their left foot with their right hand, right? We call this cat's got your tail. So try to bring the right shoulder to the ground, holding here. Enjoy. This is already at 60 minutes. I did put 75 minutes on the schedule, so I feel okay in taking it, and it's a Sunday. And we're all kind of quarantined, so I think we'll be okay. It'll just make for a long YouTube video, but that'll be all right. Nobody has to watch it if they don't want to. All right, it's all optional. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. If you've got any binds, release them. Bring that right knee back in, bend it, bring it into the chest, lay on your back. Let's bring the left knee in to meet the right. Let's extend the right leg long, and then let's take the left leg over across the body to the right, knees bent. Your right hand can go on your left knee, your left arm out, over to the left shoulder on the ground. Nice gentle back twist. If you want to straighten out the left leg, grab the left foot with the right hand. You can do that. Some of you can bend the right knee and reach down and grab the right foot with the left arm and find that bind, right? So it's a big twist. Try to keep your left shoulder on the ground. All right, so you're still opening up. Cat's got your tail on the opposite side. And release and relax. And then take deep inhale. Exhale, release if you have the bind. And left knee, bring the left knee back up to the chest and bring the right knee to meet the left. Okay. All right, let's make our way up to sit. We're going to do our hip stretches using the wall. This is the best use of a wall, in my opinion. All right. So you're going to come up to the wall, bring your left or right butt cheek kind of close to it so you can get your legs up the wall. All right, and then you're going to come and bring both of your legs up on the wall. If some of you have a block, maybe put them under your hips. I use no props today because I don't know if people at home have props, so it's fine. All right, so your legs are up. If your hamstrings are really tight, bend your knees, come a little further off. Then I want you to take your right ankle and put it over on top, above your left knee, okay? Your right knee is moving in towards the wall. You're going to bend the left knee down, bend the left knee, and you're going to use that wall with the left foot to pull that right ankle in, and then taking this right knee forward. So you should feel a nice, good glute stretch here on the right glute without doing any work, right? Usually we do these on their back and we're grabbing our thighs, and this time it's like, oh, I have to do no work. My right glute's gonna stretch and I don't have to do a thing about it. It's super nice, all right? And so you can do this as deep or as loose as you want to. It's really up to you. I like to just bring my arms out by the side, rock my head, and then let my hip just really feel it and stretch out. So nice. Let your body relax, let your chest relax. We'll switch sides in about 40 seconds. Just allow that glute to just relax and stretch out. All right, and then we're gonna switch sides, so just release that right foot off of the left ankle. Maybe you need to windshield wiper your knees just a little bit. And then keep that right foot on the wall. Bring your left ankle over the right knee, all right? And then maybe you start to work that right foot down to bring that left ankle in closer towards your body. The more you take the left knee towards the wall, the greater the left glute. And I just want you to relax and let that left glute stretch out. Just let it relax and stretch. Enjoy. You worked very hard. You're probably sweating. Really allowing that left glute to relax and stretch out. And then let's go ahead and release that leg, put it back on the wall. Both feet are on the wall, knees are bent. You can windshield wiper your knees back and forth. If you want to grab the outside of your feet and find a happy baby, let your feet, that's fine. Find that happy baby. All right, and then we're gonna move into your Shavasana, but you have two options, right? Some of you may wanna stay right here, take your legs right up the wall, relax them, relax your legs up against the wall. This is called Viparita Karani, all right, legs up the wall. And you can take a Shavasana right here and might feel really good. Or if you want, you can go ahead and come all the way down flat on your back and take Shavasana flat on your back, whichever works for you, all right? So I'm gonna leave everybody here for a couple of minutes, right, to take your Shavasana. I encourage you to take it. I'll bring everybody back out of Shavasana in a few minutes to close out.
All right, start to take some deep inhales and exhales. Bringing the awareness back to your breath and into your body. Stretch your arms out overhead if they're not stretched out. Maybe right and left. If your legs are on the wall, start to walk them down and bring your knees into your chest. And if you're in flat on your back Shavasana, stretch your legs out and then slowly bring your knees into your chest one at a time. Give them a squeeze. And then make your way into a fetal position on your right or left side. Waking up from a nice, good, hard workout nap, coming back to life. And then slowly make your way up into a comfortable seat. Your screen. Let's all sit nice and tall. From our tailbone to our spine to the top of the head, nice and tall. And we'll take 3 deep breaths together. We'll inhale in and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. The light, the love, the joy, the peace and happiness in me salutes the light, the love, the joy, the peace and happiness in all of you. Please bring your hands to your forehead. Namaste.